Welcome to Vote 2016. I'm Nick Bell.
And I'm Blake Woodruff. The race for president has been the most eventful of all the races this season, and arguably one of the most interesting presidential elections we have seen in a long time.
Republican Donald Trump and Democrat Hillary Clinton have been neck and neck in the polls, especially since the recent debates. Votes 2016 Scarlett Ash visited the local Trump headquarters to find out about Valdosta's efforts to elect the Republican nominee.
As the pressure comes down on our presidential candidates, with Election Day right around the corner, this Trump headquarters has been busy as ever with phone calls and questions from Valdosta citizens to help them get prepared for this upcoming election on November 8th. Donald Trump, being one of the nominees for president, set up headquarters in Valdosta. I talked with Barbara Schmader, the coordinator for the Trump headquarters, and asked her what Trump stands for.
He's a visionary. He sees things that need to be done, and he knows how to do them. He doesn't talk like a politician. He talks like somebody who comes into your house and can make an assessment of what's wrong and tell you what you need to do. And then he can turn around and do it if he has to. So he's just different.
With 2 weeks left in this election, voters now better understand what Trump and his running mate Pence stand for. I'm Scarlett Ash, and this is Vote 2016.
Early voting for a presidential election is at a record high, but some people are still unable to find a ride to make it to the polls. Luckily, there is a bipartisan idea for free rides to the Lowndes County Board of Elections so you may cast your ballot. If you need a free ride to get to the Board of Elections office for early voting, you can contact your party representative or call the Board of Elections office. Both Democrats and Republicans have identified local drivers who will give you a lift to the voting booth for free.
One of the groups that will be involved this election cycle is the students right here on VSU campus. Vote 2016 Zykeria McKnight caught up with students to see who is going to get their vote.
I'm fairly certain at this time I'm going to be voting for Hillary Clinton, and the reasoning behind that is I don't want to vote in a sitting duck.
Neither candidate is suitable for the position, but I am leaning towards Hillary because she is more suitable.
I would vote for Trump because I believe his views are, I'm more leaning to his views than believing more of like what Hillary's points are.
I'm voting for Hillary Clinton because I don't agree with Donald Trump's views of the future of America, building the wall to separate people, keep saying people don't belong here. Who are you to say that, you know?
I'm voting for Hillary Clinton because I feel like she'll be better for the whole. She's for everybody, opposed to Trump.
I was going to vote right in Jill Stein. That was like my viewpoint. I mean, she's an independent party, and my views kind of align with her views, so I was just going to write her in, to be honest.
I'm voting for Donald Trump because I don't believe Hillary is honest and capable of running the country in an honest and fair fashion.
When we return, the two candidates for Lowndes County Sheriff talk about the issues.
And we'll preview our election night coverage. Stay with us.
Kids. We may never figure them out. But finding quality childcare doesn't have to be a mystery. Quality Rated Childcare is a tool that rates Georgia programs so you can feel more confident about your choice. Visit qualityrated.org.
Here, beauty is a lot more than skin deep. For more than 100 years, we have focused on creating individual success stories. This is a place where professors are mentors, competition is cheered, collaboration counts, experience is hands-on, and connections are lifelong. VSU, over 100 majors, championship athletics, focused on your success.
Back to Vote 2016. While the presidential race is drawing headlines this year, the local sheriff's race is also receiving a lot of attention.
Vote 2016 Michaela Lee Young talked to Sheriff Chris Prine about the contest. Michaela?
With election season still going strong, I got the chance to talk to Sheriff Chris Prine about what he thinks the issues are in Lowndes County. Election day is quickly approaching, and Sheriff Chris Prine is hoping to be reelected as Lowndes County Sheriff. Sheriff Prine hopes to continue to work on the issues Lowndes County is facing. He says drugs is a main source of these problems.
When drugs are involved, it usually relates to burglaries, robberies, home invasions. It's all drug related, usually. 90% of it's drug related.
He wants to continue his position as sheriff to combat this major problem in the county.
Police departments and sheriff's departments, or sheriff's offices, our offices on the ground fighting. You know, we're the ones that's involved in this community more so than any other law enforcement agency. You know, the state agency does a great job, and I certainly appreciate what they do. But police departments and sheriff's offices, the deputies that work, are on the ground. They're the ones that's going on these calls of home invasions and working these drugs and drug cases.
Sheriff Prine also wants to work to establish better communication with the community.
Continue the program that we have ongoing now, and to work. You know, one thing that we've done is tried to improve our relationship with the community. That's got to be. You know, there's a space there that somehow we've lost communications with the younger generation, and we need to work harder on that, and that's one thing that's really important.
Be sure to cast your vote before November 8th. For Vote 2016, I'm Michaela Leung.
As the Lowndes County Sheriff's race continues to heat up, I caught up with candidate Ashley Paulk to discuss what his thoughts are about the pressing issues surrounding the race. Lowndes County Sheriff candidate Ashley Paulk is no stranger to the role of sheriff after having previously served 16 years in the position. But after a short absence, he's ready to take the reins again and face the current issues at hand.
You know, the hard issues, one of my primary ones is I had the work program, and, you know, to clarify it, it's not just putting people out there mowing grass and things like that. This was a program where I got them a job in outside industry. They received a salary. The salary came back and went against their fines and their child support. These were all nonviolent offenders.
The work program Paulk refers to could cut up to half a year off the inmate's sentence, saving taxpayers almost $9,000 per inmate. Saving taxpayers money and cutting the budget is a priority for Paulk, and he plans on building back up his interstate crime patrol to do so.
Speaking of road patrol, it was a separate division called Interstate Crime Enforcement. That was the one that did the enforcement on the interstate as far as drugs, and was very, very successful. We seized millions of dollars in cash and millions of dollars in drugs. That's there in a kind of a skeleton also, and needs to be rebuilt and retrained, and it can be done. The money's still there, the drugs are still there, and we need all this to help with the budget, because I plan to cut that budget to the taxpayer. When you can cut a budget by taking money out of it, or you can cut a budget by increasing revenue. I'm going to do it both ways.
This will also be the first sheriff's race since the death of high schooler Kendrick Johnson, which put the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department in the middle of a media and legal frenzy. Ashley Paulk says he would have handled the situation much differently.
Kendrick Johnson, I think, you know, if you have any case, but especially a case that, you know, is that public, that, you know, sensitive with a child and everything else, and there's nothing worse than losing a child for any parent, no mother. I mean, my parents lost a child. I know, I was there. I think, you know, the autopsy took a long time to get back. When I had cases like that, I went with the body to the crime lab and stayed until the autopsy was done.
Paulk also says if he is elected, he plans on taking a look at the case file himself.
And people have asked me what my opinion is of the Kendrick Johnson case. I get elected, give me 1 week to look at the file and talk to the people that make the file, and I'll give you an opinion. Right now, without that, I'd just be guessing. But, you know, after that 1 week, I'll sit down with anybody and say why I think this is what it is.
As you prepare to head to the polls on November 8th, it's important to remember why you are voting. Are you voting for a change or to keep things as they are? Stay informed on the issues and what the candidates are presenting. For Vote 2016, I'm Blake Woodruff. That's it for our program today. But remember, we'll be back on election night right here in the studio, bringing you all of the local, state, and national results.
Be sure to tune in at 8 o'clock on election night for all of the latest vote numbers. Until then, have a great week. I'm Nick Bell.
And I'm Blake Woodruff. We'll see you on election night.